It's your drive home on Hot 103. Folks, looks like that storm is headed right for us. Gonna put some gas in my Furman generator, stop by the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and of course watch Mike's weather page. Y'all stay safe out there.
Trumpets rage, you'll always have the same years. Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page. Independent, he'll keep you safe, he'll keep it locked. Mike's weather page. I've seen him lose a shoe. I've seen him chase storms there with Hunter and Louis too. But you know he'll keep you straight at 919 there every day. 1 million fans get me wrong and we hear Mike's weather page.
All right, everybody. We ran 5 seconds too long. We haven't played that song in a long time. That was an original last year. Andy Simmons, my man. He has the best songs for our little weather page. And that was definitely Hurricane Ian footage, in case you were wondering. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is our Daily Brew, and this is Hunter's Day. Remember, it's Hunter on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Louis is reserved for 3 days a week, because he is the original. So we got some topics to talk about for sure. As you know, I've been teasing the idea here for days about this wave coming off of Africa. Nothing official yet by any means. But we're going to get into all that. But we say hello first. I turned my ACs up to 71, 74. I shared a bunch of posts about the AC bills on Twitter and on X and, of course, Facebook, and got 5,000 comments. Everybody's power bills are through the roof. So anyway, this is where we talk topics, brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Weekend's coming tomorrow. For me, we're heading to a softball tournament in the middle part of the state, so I'm excited about that. Unfortunately, the little guys got to go to their home away from home. So they'll be upset, but I'll be stopping by my local ABC, no doubt. I hope you will too. They do a lot for us here in our great state of Florida. What's up, Miss Kiki? How's it going, Loretta Reed? What's up, Lisa Reed? We got 2 Reeds. We got Lisa and Loretta. Both of you guys posted the exact same time. Are you related? What's up, Miss Wendy? Hey, Panacea. Is that where I was at? Is that the little town down there close to Rotunda? If it is, please let me know, because I have a lot of footage from there. That's where we rode out Hurricane Ian, if it's where I think it is. Good morning, Mr. Riggs. Coneheads. Somebody just wrote me an email asking about the Brew cruise, and I'm like, that is awesome, Shelly. It's never stuck in my head like that. The Brew cruise. We had the Brew crew. Now we have the Brew cruise. 3rd annual coming up. What's up, Mr. Sean? Of course, we have Shelly on the other coast helping things behind the scenes. Miss Julie, Mr. Phil, handling all the backside stuff so I can just be me. Shelly writing crazy text there. Good morning, Miss Bobby, Hurricane Harbor. What do you think, Miss Bobby? Tropics was a little sneaky this morning. I was really surprised we didn't get a little circle. This is the official National Hurricane Center graphic, by the way. It's the first thing you look at in the mornings. It becomes updated at 8 o'clock Eastern and 2 o'clock Eastern. 8 a.m., 8 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m. Eastern. If you want to know what's coming. Hola from Wilmington, Mr. Tom Frost. Good morning. That's a cool name. Literally, Tom Frost has a cool name. My buddy Fred Fab and Fold. What's up, Mr. Fred? How's it going? How's racing going, man? We're almost in race season. Get my racing face on soon. Mr. Bean keeps me up to date with everything. What's up, Miss Katie Haley? Brew Cruise. The Brew Cruise. Maybe that's our theme of the shirt. I got to get the shirt design going pretty soon, don't I? All right. Good morning, Miss Members of Jesus Family. Thank you for joining us over there on YouTube. YouTube has more unique names, so it's a little hard sometimes to decipher. Thunder Alley. Cool, man. Stacy from St. Thomas. Tyler from Hot Daytona. Another hot day in Texas, Lou. Yep. The heat is not going anywhere anytime soon. We have a high pressure locked in from the west to the east. These shirts by October. You know me, I'll give them to you September 31st. Hey, we got something from Belize. Awesome. One day we'll make it that way. Say bye-bye, Hunter. Bye-bye, buddy. Say bye-bye, everybody. He's doing so good. Y'all have followed his progression, and he had a rough spell there for a little while, but he's doing really, really good. Hey, I got a nice thank you or sympathy card, not a thank you card, from Sean and Jeff about Julie's mother-in-law. So thank you for the nice handwritten card. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I stack everything up, everything I get. Update on Emily's parking spot. It's about 80% done. And I had to, I didn't have any printout of the turtle yesterday, so I had to do it all off of my phone, and it was 128 degrees heat index off of black asphalt, so it was very hard to see, but I printed up another one today. So today is all about the highlight. So I got to paint the little brown spots on the, what do they call them? Flippers? I don't even know what they call them. Then I got to do the eyeballs still, and then I got to highlight the shell. And then my job is done, and I'll share a picture. Good morning, Miss Heather. And anyway, Susan Edwards, somebody's popped into YouTube and said, yeah, we do have tropics to talk about next week. There's nothing official. That's why I always open up our little show with this. Our daily brew is not official. Remember, I am not a meteorologist. I am a mediaologist. But anyway, the National Hurricane Center goes out 7 days. They don't expect anything to happen in the next 7 days. So there you go. We'll talk about more. Tracy, how's the doggies doing? Julian, your senior spots next year. Well, hey, it's nice to know we got a youngin' watching. Scott, I don't know. Emily would not have put that on her parking spot. All right, three things I want to show you real quick, and then we're going to go right into it. All right, so one thing tonight, if you guys are into YouTube, there's a podcast that's on YouTube called Stormfront Freaks, and I guess they've had a lot of famous people on there, so they couldn't get anybody for this week, so they had me come on. So that's tonight. It's live, 9 p.m. Eastern. There it is, all the information on that. Don't know what we're going to talk about, but that's tonight. So I'm excited about it. Website. All right, so listen, I changed up things a little bit. I used to have radar on this second column here. This column here. I used to have radar down here halfway. But I also had these individual radar maps more zoomed in. So what I did today, just in case anybody actually uses a website, I moved the current radar map for the whole nation up here with links to my Google radar, satellite radar, and more Florida radar. So if you happen to think, where did the radar map go? Now it's front and center. I think it makes more sense to have one location of radar versus two. So there's that. And then the last thing I added, I shared with the Brew crew this morning, way on the bottom down here. You've probably seen Ed Petrowski share a similar graphic. He drew one really nice. This one is the raw data that is posted at FSU Meteorology. And I just went ahead and put it on there because this one's updated through 2020. It's linked to their site, fsu.edu. So it's a government site. But anyway, it's a graphic that shows estimated timing of tropical systems towards the United States. Not excluding everybody else that's watching, sorry, but that's why I have it on the bottom. For example, the system we're going to talk to right now, there is a wave somewhere right here. It is in this teal blue color, 10 to 12 days possibly away from the U.S. It's just a generalization. People always ask me all the time, what's the timing? How long is it going to take if it comes? So it's a really good graphic because 10 days from now, believe it or not, puts it exactly this timestamp that I've been showing a lot lately, the following weekend. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, this is a new graphic. It's on the bottom of the page. Shelly loves when I have new graphics. It's called General Estimates of Tropical System Timing. That makes sense, I think. All right, so what are we talking about? All right, check this out. This is Weather Nerds. This is live satellite. The Cape Verde Islands are right to the north. The dogs are playing, in case you're wondering what you're hearing. Cheers, by the way. Everybody got their Louis cups. It's a time-honored tradition to have a Louis cup if you're a diehard conehead. Oh boy, the dogs are going at it now. Jeff, hey, over there, Jeff Davis, thank you for that. Appreciate that. I am not a wish caster. I posted that last night. I don't know why. Somebody called me that, so I'm like, am I a wish caster? Another shirt coming. Wish caster. James, thank you, buddy. Did you see the highlights, James? I posted them on Twitter. I don't know if you're over that way or not. Thank you, Eric Norford. Use the website. Appreciate that. Pasta plots, Miss Shelley says. You can spend a lot of time on the website. There's a lot of good links on there. All right. This is live satellite, by the way. Or satellite on Weather Nerds. This is amazing. Like, where the heck did this come from? Right? What the hell's going on here? So there you go. This is the general area that's expected to slowly trek across the Atlantic. Possibly be something to watch next week. NHC didn't mark it. Maybe they don't think it'll develop in the next 7 days. There's a lot of dry air. But, man, it's got spinach. It looks like it's got spinach. This is the most tropical looking nothing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I gotta get my YouTube thumbnail link ready. We gotta do like this. Ready? I'm gonna go like. Okay, because I gotta snag a thumbnail for my YouTube. All right, so there's that. Adam, yes, spinach on the wind app. I'm going to show you that right now. So anyway, that's what we're looking at. Let me show you another thing. This is a great site, the College of DuPage up north, water vapor imagery. All right, so some of the biggest negative right now, more than anything, for this thing to develop is there is a lot of dusty, dry air to the north. Not tremendous mid-level. I mean, there is mid-level dry. This is your mid-level water vapor loop, and yellow is obviously drier air. So, I don't know. I mean, there's moisture ahead of it. There's moisture behind it. You know, it doesn't really matter what it does right now, because if this thing sticks together, then it might be something to worry about around the Caribbean. My eye's getting a lot better, by the way. It went away, thank goodness. I didn't want it to be bad for tonight. I would have been like a pirate on the podcast tonight. Like, arr. Yeah, so there's your water vapor loop. You know, visible satellite. You know, got some spin. Definitely embedded into the intertropic zone there. If it does break off a little bit and go north, maybe they're assuming it's going to hit that dry air. Maybe they're waiting to see if it sticks, but that's pretty far away from Africa. Usually when they come off Africa, you know, they give it a day or two, but this one kind of popped out of nowhere. Like, I don't know where I was last night. I don't remember seeing this thing develop so fast. But if you've been following me, I've been sharing a lot of ensembles, especially in our Brew Crew side. Brew Crew is our private little chat room for subscribers, if you wonder what that means. But you know, usually I'll share things over there days ahead of time before I put it on the main pages. But man, we've been following the possibility of this tropical wave now for a couple of days. It's finally over water. We'll see. I did post this morning on Twitter, on X, excuse me, X. This is tropicaltidbits.com vorticity maps, 850 millibar. This is lower level spin in the atmosphere. Bottom line is none of these three are really showing any sort of organized system yet. The GFS has been showing it organized some. The CMC has. A lot of ensembles from the Euro has. These are the main operational runs. We've been seeing a lot of ensemble support. We've started to see some operational support. But what's kind of worth talking about this is the exact same timestamp on all three of these is 8/12. 8/12. And that's just kind of ironic to me that all three are showing that. In fact, I'm pulling up my calendar here. 8/12 is next Saturday, the 12th, 9 days from now. And then the icon doesn't go out that far, but it is showing a low pressure here skirting the island. So, man, you know, that's pretty good consistency now that we got three of them kind of bending right there. Now, I've been saying all year, of course, my hot spot to watch was Western Atlantic, just based on prior El Nino years. A lot of warm water over there. But anyway, I thought that was definitely worth sharing this morning. The timestamp on all three of these individual runs is the same. Now, vorticity is kind of a way of cheating. It's not like these are organized, but the important thing is it's showing, and I'll show you here in a second, it shows you this wave progression and being in the same general area for all three days. So let's go to Tropical Tidbits and look. Now, we look at a lot of things like steering currents. Remember Invest 96? It's gone now, but it went straight north. Last weekend we had a very cold front, 50s and 60s and some 40s. Well, a couple things happened. This broke down our high a little bit, and Invest 96 ended up going straight north, and now it's fizzled. Also, our Bahama Mama system got picked up in this and ended up doing that too. So that rare cold front allowed an escape that's why NVIDIA's 96 was north. What we're seeing now is high pressure, high pressure, high pressure, pretty much, blocking things. So these are things you look at as far as steering currents go. And one of the bazillion ways you could verify it is look at this latest heat outlook, and look, hazardous heat to 8.5 to 8.9. So it's pretty much showing you that we're going to have a pretty warm pattern, meaning high pressure is locked in. And ironically, radar today showing you this. We have pretty strong storms here with our high pressure in place over here. We kind of have a bubble. So all this is heading this way today, and it's going to, I might get a little bit more into Georgia. But basically high pressure is blocking, and all this stuff's going this direction because of our high pressure. But let's look at tropical tidbits and take a look at some individual runs, and we'll look at ensembles, because ensembles really show the deal. In fact, let's start it out with ensembles first. So we can go to Weather Nerds. Levi's got them too, but we go both places. Here's the progression. All right, so the Euro runs all of its 51 members here, and you can see it doesn't really expect any development until about maybe here. This is, tough, but it's basically showing you environmental conditions and general track thinking 10 days from now. High pressure in place with this general west-northwest motion. So not all of them are expecting anything. That's the one point we have to keep making is there's not a lot of model support, but there's enough to keep talking about it. Latest ensemble plot, a little less today, kind of showing you the basic Y pattern here, which is pretty much it. Weaker system west, a little more stronger system north. Yesterday's 12Z had a few more stronger ones. Last night's had two. So just a general thinking here the last several days on our system. So I don't think any of the models predicted this to be organized as it is right now, as it looks pretty healthy on satellite. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That's today. That's happening right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if it fizzles out. But sometimes you watch these things in real time, and you have to pay attention to them. A couple of things you look at. You look at some of the spin maps here. It's shown quite a bit of vorticity here. 850 millibar. That's pretty healthy looking. That's showing a lot of spin at the lower levels. We go to 700 millibar, decent amount of spin. There is wind shear to the north. 500, it even has a little bit that it's trying to do here. So it's not all low level driven. It's definitely trying to develop, different levels here. So it's interesting. Clear, spinach here, just south of the islands. Not sure. Center's a little bit more here, but could be a later timestamp on the Knoll School site too. But there you go. Interesting, right? Right? What do you think? A bear. Good morning, all you Rays fans out there. The Rays did not look good against the Yankees. Props to New York having our number last night. Shelly says there's people worried. There's no reason to worry. Like I said, always go to the official forecast. What I do, and I have always done, is we always look at long range possibilities. That's what we do. And every day I wake up, thank goodness. Every day I wake up and see, has the models dropped the idea? Have they, picked up more on the idea? Has the NHC watching it? So today's was, saw the vorticity map, so I'm going to show you right now. Said, oh, well, they're all showing the wave coming across with that same general motion. Saw a very healthy satellite imagery. Very healthy. But then I saw the NHC not marking it. So, like, it's all speculation. But we are in August. 91% of all tropical activity happens after August. Here's another good look at it. Not a lot of dry air, man, on the water vapor loop. This is a lot of dry air. That's dry air. That's not a lot of dry air. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll see what's going on. I know there's some shear ahead, and there's a tut coming, maybe tropical upper trough. But all right, so here is what I see looking at tropicaltidbits.com. All right, so let's look at the lower level vorticity. Let's zoom a little bit closer to when this thing might end up. That's a 60. And here we go. All right. On approach. There it is. Low pressure. Weak low pressure. Somewhere around Wednesday, Thursday. Nearing the islands. That time stamp's always been there. That's next week. Now this could be the wave behind it. I don't know. But no, because look at let me show you something. So we go back to what I posted earlier. Not that. Get my ugly face out of there. This thing. All right, so 8/12 is what? 9 days from now, right? 8/12 is 9 days from now. That's where all these are showing, right? All these are showing 9 days from now. Go back to that new graphic that I posted on the site on the very, very, very bottom, and you look at here, basically it's 10. For landfall. Makes sense. 9 days away from Florida. Add a day, could be touching Florida. If I should not have said Florida. No Florida. Don't panic. But you know what I'm saying. 9 days. Looking at this map, it's 10 days before it could possibly hit any part of the continental U.S. So timing makes sense when you talk ahead. I mean, timing is everyone's biggest question. So again, this wave appears that it'll be somewhere here in 9 days, 10 days maybe. Following weekend-ish. But here's a wave, not showing much development, but you can see that general track. Just follow that big old yellow blob. If it has any chance of any sort of development, then it would be in that general area right there. That's the main operational run. So again, not developed, nothing to worry about. But yesterday's 12Z kind of did the same thing. Here's yesterday's 12Z around Wednesday-ish, and there you go. You can kind of follow it. A little bit more vorticity off the Florida East Coast, but you can kind of follow it. It's, very disorganized, but the general concept is the same. Nothing to stress about, obviously, but we're just looking at the beginning stages of possibilities. The latest Euro was there. The latest GFS 6Z. Oh, there's the latest 6Z. Now, why I'm not showing, the only reason I'm showing the GFS now is because it's consistent with the Euro. Here's next Wednesday. And you can just see a general development through the Gulf, and it does develop it. And there you go. So there is the latest vorticity map on the GFS showing same general timestamp here, same general timestamp here. This one's a little lower than the Euro, but there's no way in the world anybody's going to predict any sort of 7-day plus location of any of these. Let's see what the overnight 00Z did. 00Z. There you go. Weak vorticity right around the 13th. And it goes up into the, I'm going to say the G word. So you get the idea. I'm sure somebody out there in the world's sharing that 00Z model because it could look bad. It's not that bad. Well, it is. I mean, 998. Nothing too bad. But you get the idea. All right, and then the Canadian model has been kind of on the same thing. Canadian model's been a little aggressive this year, but not bad. It's actually been kind of good at sniffing things out a little bit. So we'll go to Canadian model. Look at these three big ones, and here you go. Here's next. This little bit slower. There's Thursday, but there's your general thinking as this thing marches across. So again, a little bit slower than the Euro and GFS, but so there you go. Now I always look at the icon. The icon doesn't go out. It goes 168 hours out, I believe. 180. And it's showing a basically low pressure area starting to set up here Thursday. So a lot of things can happen. If it makes it over to this part, early season. What I've learned over the years is models don't do a really good job sometimes. Long range prediction on systems or intensity. What you look at is weather patterns, conditions, consistency of other models. So, any low pressure that gets into the Western Atlantic needs to be watched. A couple things we look at, of course, why this could be something to worry about is we've already established the steering currents are going to be likely west northwest based on high pressures, and we're seeing that with temperature maps. We're seeing that with a lot of different things. But as we get into next week, there's your general high pressure map, and you can see strong high pressure out here in the Atlantic, which starts to allow an opening. That's why the euro is starting to pull up a little bit. But as far as a recurve towards Bermuda or open Atlantic, high pressure is building back in, and if anything were to develop out here, then it would have a better chance to scoot right along this white section here and eventually maybe get pulled to the north. Euro does a really good job with upper level winds. That's why I showed a lot. Here's the 13th. So you can see that the door will open here. There looks like there is a little weak frontal line coming down next weekend, following weekend, allowing this. So if this thing does come across, the timing could, if this here was here, then yeah, we could see a recurve. But right now, this is not there. The system's going to be, following that high pressure. So every day we look at high pressure systems. We look at changes. We look at, we know the high pressure systems develop strong this time of year. Fronts are very rare this time of year. We did have one last week that was very rare. So we'll see. We'll see if this is a true frontal line or not next week. Here it is setting up. That's a long way away. But, will it be enough to pick up whatever's coming and turn it? We'll have to see. All right, there is another wave really showing up healthy down the road. We're not going to talk about this one, but I did talk about it yesterday. There is a wave 10 days from now looking very signature-ish. So it's that time of year. Everybody's talking about Africa. Africa's really very juicy right now. We talked about these long-range maps. If you go to climate maps here and look at SIPS model here, and let's look at precipitation anomalies for the month of August. And you can see here that long-range precipitation models are expecting for the month of August to be above average rainfall from Africa all the way up this general area. So, long-range predictions, but again, we remind everybody that this general area here is expected to have a little bit more precipitation. September backed off a little bit. We go to CFS, kind of the same. September, increased moisture. October, you know, a little too far ahead in my opinion to go too far out to looking, but in October looks very juicy out here, very juicy in the Caribbean, very juicy in the Gulf. So, you know, we look at this both as far as August goes. There's your expected precipitation to be above average. If you look at the global tropics hazards map, it's not showing this system. However, it is showing that second wave that we just see and popping on the 10-day maps. It's experimental, but they're not expecting our system that I'm talking about now. But if you look at this time frame, they're starting to show this, which these are wrong half the time. But it is showing at least that whatever happens with the wave we're watching now, there's another wave coming, and that's normal. You know, you get wave trains setting up. All right. There's that. What else can we talk about? Closing down some maps here. I got the same maps up, so we don't want to go overboard on the maps here. All right. Let's look at the global. Let's look at the probability maps for the Euro. See if the colors increase any more, any less. This is a blend of all models, and you can see general thinking here down the road. So we get to about 10 days. You know, here's our generalization of where all the ensembles are for our wave we're watching now, with the idea that we could have something coming off of Africa long way down the road. But we're just worried about right now. But I'll tell you what I am seeing. We haven't seen this very much, so this is new. So I always click tropical depression. It kind of overactively shows areas, but it gives the colors really make it easy to show general idea where all the models are thinking. But we don't get a lot of tropical storm. We didn't have a lot of tropical storm percentages with the Euro ensemble probability map here, but now we do. And that's the first time on this wave that I'm seeing color. Timing's a little slower though. It would be more like Saturday the 12th. So yeah, early stages, very, very confusing, but that is a trustworthy model here when it starts to show a little more color, 20-25% range. So, but this again is more than 7 days out. So that, you know, the official definition of the NHC maps are 7 days out. So if they're not expecting this thing to develop until here, then of course it's not going to be marked until it's 7 days out. So, you know, maybe they won't mark it for 2 or 3 days, and if it's still there, then they'll probably draw a circle and draw the area, and you know. But we've had 2 red systems now not materialize, so I'm sure everybody's cautious about showing anything because we've had 2 red systems now fizzle and not become anything. Remember we had our 95, I think it was, that went here and ended up crashing on the other side, and we had 96 here. I think they were both red at one time, and they ended up to be nothing, which I'm sure a lot of people like. Kathy, what's that mess for the Northeast? Well, I'll tell you what, I posted this earlier too. Let me show you this. This is oh goodness, I don't know if I can open up this image and another image. Let's see, open image, a new tab. Will it open? Oh god, it's really small though. Ugh. All right, so the Northeast has definitely been the hot spot as far as storms goes the last several weeks. But here we are again today. This is that line of storms that's following our Gulf High, kind of doing this. But there's storms up north today, upstate New York. Little tornado chance. Storms are expected. There's a low pressure area up there. Now tomorrow, more the same. So there's storms tomorrow. Now this line that we're looking at today might make it down into Florida tomorrow. That's the storm map tomorrow. So Florida Panhandle could get some thunderstorms tomorrow. We'll look at the long range radar here in a second. But, you know, storm chances again, man. That northeast has been getting it a lot. That would be tomorrow, Friday, then Saturday. Things start brewing. But then we get into the 4-day. Now, this is kind of rare. They don't do this very often. It's very rare to see a day 4, day 5 outlook in this time of the year in August for that far north. So they're already worried about another low pressure areas showing up here that is already showing up in day 4. That's could be significant. And then on day 5, it's pushing over a little bit more to the east, and this would be Sunday, or excuse me. I'm all messed up on days now. Now I gotta my brain just messed up. So there's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I was right. Monday. Significant. Pretty significant, actually, to see that. To see northeast there getting that looks. So let's take a look at that real quick. I'm kind of curious. We usually don't look at these maps. I you can see it coming down. Big old low pressure dip. My buddy Reed Timmer would call that a bowling ball. Cut off low, maybe dipping down. Kind of rare. Didn't cut off really, but there it is. That's a big old dip in the jet stream, producing some storms. So that's why there's a big old heat dome again. There's your high pressure. High pressure locked in south all the way across the Bermuda. Ain't going nowhere. Here's next Saturday. So looking at long range steering maps, you know, if we did have something down there trying to brew next week, following weekend, 12th, 13th, you can see a little bit of gap here, which would allow eventual pull north if this indeed verifies. But that's, again, long way away. But until we see, like, operational runs showing it, right now it's, like, really stretching. But I do find it interesting that it's looking as healthy as it is right now with a fairly decent moisture field out there, I will say. Even though we're showing a lot of dust and dry air, it's not really showing up on the water vapor loop like I thought it would. Let's take a look at it. So as we stop it here, boom. So I mean, there's heavy, dusty dry air to the north. But there's also a lot of moisture in the air too. So the moisture might be overriding that a little bit. Like I said, the moisture map tells a lot. And at least on the mid-levels, it's not too bad, it appears. Obviously upper level, yes. But I think storms really dig mid-level moisture. And I know a lot of folks look at humidity or relative humidity in the mid-levels. Oh, let's see. I don't even know. I usually look at it on. Let's look at 7. Let's look at 500 millibar humidity. But you can. Oh yeah, this is hard to tell. So that's that. Too far away. If you want to be safe, there you go. What's the coffee situation? 10:04. Good morning, Mr. Sherman. What's going on? It's definitely time to watch Waves and Spinach. Got some new Brew Crew members. Cool, Miss Shelley. Cindy Norman, good morning. Brian, what's the chance of storms forms gets in the Gulf? Well, right now chances are there. Steering patterns are pushing it this way. Kathy's from New Jersey. Well, I wish I would cover that kind of stuff more for you guys and gals up there. I kind of did, I guess. But you do have big storms coming maybe Monday next week. So watch for that. Roger, correct. The potential wave we're watching is still 7 days out. And over the years, I got a freaking something on my lip. I don't know. I keep scratching. Hope it wasn't toothpaste. That would have been embarrassing. Guess I should have looked at myself. Anyway, all right. So that's about it. I just like to catch everybody up to date. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it's very speculative at this point. What else can we talk about? We're heading out to finish the parking thing, so I'm a little worried about my. I swear I had heat stroke yesterday. It was so hot. I mean, figure asphalt, sun, no wind. New map came out. Hazardous heat 8.5 to 8.9, all the way across from California to Florida into Georgia. Hazardous heat up to the Carolinas at 8.7, 8.8. Showing strong high pressure system ruling again. Check out Alaska though, man. 2 areas of hazardous heat in Alaska. What's up with that? So there you go. All right. Hey, El Garage wants to know, do I have a list of tips to prepare for storms? I don't really. I know when our brew crew, Shelly, put together a whole bunch. There are some links here, NWS Hurricane Plan Prepare, up on the very top of my site here. You can look at those right there, Plan and Prepare. Those are good links. So, all right, well, I'm going to cut a little short today because we got to paint. And I think our time frame to paint is closing, so we're going to have to get ready for that. So, but we'll be definitely live tomorrow. I'll be anxious to post the afternoon models. The 12Z runs are usually done around 2, 3 o'clock, so look for an update on that. We'll see at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern is a National Hurricane Center new graphic here. We'll see if they highlight it. Maybe, probably. If it looks tropical, they might highlight it, because regardless of what the models say, if it looks like it does now, I mean, that is the best looking non-tropical system I've ever seen. So for now, it's just a African blob. All right. There you go. Well, as always, appreciate all the followers on all the social media platforms, all 5 of them: TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure you check out my TikTok channel. I do little 1-2 minute videos every day. They're fun, easy to do. Did a YouTuber last night called Storm Brewing. Problem with YouTube is people don't watch it at once, so it might be old news tomorrow. So you got to be really careful what I put on YouTube, because somebody might be watching it tomorrow and things change. Weather changes so much. That's why our daily brew is so up to date, because we look at changes and what's going on right now. But we're trying. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Friday, the TGIF edition. All right, see you, Miss Shelley, and everybody else. Have a good day.